Aha! It got defeated. Last night I had this all prepped. I took it all apart. 1 point to David, 0 points to Radiator. And it's ready for a new one. So, if we're getting that today, which I think we will, we can get this whole back together, just the radiator pack, and then we're gonna refill it, and then hopefully she's gonna be sweet. Oh yeah. Well, I have received the radiator, which is a freaking amazing news, right? But guess what? My tools are in my car, so this car has given me issues for past 3 days or so. It won't start, so I left the car here and I took my mom's car, and I left the keys at my girlfriend's mom's house because that's where I stay. Now I don't have the tools to change it because it's locked in there and I don't have the keys, so I'm gonna have to wait. No. So this is the new one, this is the old one, and the new one came with the broken pin as well. So this is the pin that we used for repairing this. So I'm gonna do the same thing while I'm waiting for the tools. I'm gonna get this repaired same way as I did with the old one. Hey. I repaired the pin. I used a plastic welding method. It actually worked pretty well, and then also a thread rod, and I clamped it down, and I used some spare plastic I found lying about the house, and that's it. You wouldn't even know. Last night I broke the V clip on this side, but what I've done, I drilled a hole, or burnt the hole through this, and used one of the cable tie clips from Amazon. One of these from Amazon. Simple but easy. So yeah, this is the water pump cable. The one was just hanging on a light bracket. It seems to be slightly damaged, so I'm gonna repair this while I'm waiting for my tools to come. So I have repaired the cable where it was broken and rewrapped it, and then cable tied it to these points because that's where it goes. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna wrap it up here, and that should be good. So last night I have spent a lot of time putting this back together. We took the radiator out and it does look better. Like I said, it did promise it's gonna look better, which it took 2 days longer than we expected. But it doesn't look any different than how when we bought the car. Well, apart from that light panel bracket. And last night I did fit the headlight, but we have a problem. But we'll come back to it. First thing we need to do is fill the radiators with coolant. And I have tested to see if it's leaking, which I've done last night. Same vacuum test that we carried out the first time. And you can see it up here. It's actually holding the pressure. So let's do this. So it's been holding vacuum. I pumped it up to 55 cm HG, whatever that stands for. And now it's time to refill it. So I haven't done this, so I'm not really an expert, so I can't really teach you. This is my very first time doing this, but as far as I know, you put this inside a bottle, and this car takes up to 9.7 liters of coolant, so we're gonna have to use 2 of these. So now I have dipped this in, so you just open this. And you can see it's sucking the fluid in. So it's going to replace the vacuum with the coolant, basically. That's what it's doing. Google lied. It's a 9.7. I literally put in nearly 11 liters. So it's sitting below minimum, and I use 2.5, which is 5.5 liters each, or 4.5 in each. And I might have to just start the engine and see if it starts circulating through. I'm not sure if I've done this right or not, but the problem is there's like a pump there. I don't know if you see it. So that's the pump, and the wheel cables are nicked. So I haven't found out how you connect this up online. I wasn't sure. I might just try connecting it how I think it should be and hope for the best. Don't know, we'll see. So now that the coolant is all filled, I need to repair the pump wires that got pulled out. So I already done this one, and I have bought the wee kit from Amazon. It's a car plug kit. And I'm trying to figure this out, but I think, to be honest, there's only one different cable color, which is green and white, and I assume it goes to purple and orange. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully it works. So that's what I did. So black, purple, black to purple, brown to brown, and then these two to whatever. Hopefully that's gonna work. Let's start this. I could connect my Wii computer to see if there's any fault codes for that. Let's see. First, straight away. So after we started the car, I was monitoring the coolant, and it wasn't really doing much. And this pipe here was still empty. There was no water, so I think I messed it up, the vacuum filling process. So I was wondering, like, okay, what's the next step? So that pump, which it's this pump here, which sits. Well, this is the spare one that I got with the parts, but the pump sits here, and the wires was pulled off, and I also recrimped it, and I plugged it in here, and I didn't have the wire diagram, so I thought maybe I messed up the wires. So I looked up the wire diagram, and I'll show you up on the screen here. There's the wire diagram for that pump, and then once I plugged it all in and started the car again, and I connected my computer, and it said coolant pump low, so it means there's no power going to it. So then I started looking for a fuse, and I actually found a blown fuse in here, already taken it out. Where's in my pocket? So this is the blown fuse. You can see the wee black mark there. So I'm gonna put a new fuse in, connect the pump back up, and start the car to see if that pump operates and starts pumping the fluid around the car. And there's your bleeding points. It's really dark. There's a bleeding point here, there's a one below there, and there's one in the corner over there. So there's 3 bleeding points we're probably gonna have to use because I messed up the vacuum filling process. So I'm gonna change that fuse and I'm gonna try again. Okay, let's start this one more time. I had to get the light, it's getting really dark. So let's do this. Ignition on, and let's start this. Don't know if this pump is doing anything or not. You can't even see, guys. I'm really sorry about this. It's really lumpy because there's no air mass sensor. There's nothing I can do about that. Well, there's still some air in the system, so I'm gonna try to bleed it. I'm gonna go through those bleed points again, leave it running, and see what happens. So I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna put this under vacuum with the coolant still being in the system, but I don't want to waste any coolant, so I have connected the out feed of it into the bottle. So we'll see what happens. So it won't go any higher than 30. So yeah, we'll try it now. To be honest, I think that feels a lot better. I know that's overfilled, but hang on, from the other side. But this pipe, there's a wee bit of air, but feels a lot better. So we have filled the coolant, well, as best as we could, and we have changed the fuse for the pump. So the next stage would be probably to drive the car, or get it up to the temperature and to drive the car, but we can't do that because I'm waiting for the air mass sensor, MAF you call it, sensor, which hasn't arrived. So really we can't progress from here, I don't think. And yes, about the light, there's the headlight, and it's a right hand side, and this is the part number X152 pixel LT. And this is the original one, which is X152 Premium LT. So the part numbers don't match, and when I received the light I did notice that straight away. And when I was looking for this light, the right hand side, I sent the seller the details and he assured that was the right light, so I didn't question it. But here we go, there's the light. I fitted that night, and this is what it's doing or not doing. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate this. So I don't know how well you've seen it on the camera, but it's a lot slower to come on and go off. The indicators work, the hazard lights worked, but not all the segments work on this light. The other one, there's like a top segments, they come on. This one doesn't not, and the high beam doesn't work. And that is because physically, it fits. Mentally, different. So yeah, I have to send that back. But the seller is not convinced that is the light problem. He says there's only one type, even though I sent the part number and it's different. But yeah, we're gonna have to deal with it. I don't know how. I might just gonna have to take a hit and just buy another one with the same part numbers I have found on eBay. Ah, damn. Okay. Yeah, we have made progress. It is looking better. Well, if I keep that light in, it does look better than what we initially were doing a couple days ago. And I have taken the wheel away to get the new tire on, so hopefully that's going to be ready soon. So to be honest guys, we got loads done. We ran into a couple small issues, which was another radiator that we needed that I didn't know about. But so far I think we're doing well. I think we're making a lot of progress. It is a bit slower than I anticipated, but at the same time this video is going to be very long, so I'm going to end it here. And I do think we're nearly there. We're so close. There's only a couple components. I do have everything for this car, apart from, like I said, I'm gonna have to get another light and a math sensor. But here, stay tuned, subscribe and follow if you want to see more.